Natural Resources by Madison and Natalie. Everything we need comes from the earth. Everything we use is made out of something from the earth. For example, hairbrushes, notebooks, paper, pencil box, etc. Everything we eat also comes from the animals that roam the earth. For example, hamburgers, sandwiches, cupcakes, pizza, and many more. Of course, when you think of earth, you think of food, water, and air. But really, there's a lot more, like metals and minerals. The way we use resources has an impact on the environment. How many forests have you seen being chopped down to make houses? Every time a tree is cut down, an animal loses its home. Where will they go now? It's not just forest animals and plants that are losing their homes. There are also oil leaks everywhere, and that could make the sea life sick or die. It is also very expensive to clean up. It's very hard to undo the damage to ecosystems, like the sea and the forests.
Living and non-living resources. Have you ever went for a walk and smelled the flower bed of roses and daisies, or saw a baby bird hop along the vibrant green grass? Well, all of these are living. The difference between living and non-living resources is that living things such as animals and plants can grow and move on their own. Non-living things such as rocks or plastic cannot move or grow on its own.
Why do we depend on Earth's natural resources? Because it has water, food, oxygen, and much more. Without natural resources, we would have nothing. The forest, we build houses with the wood. Water, we drink every day. Plants and animals, the animals need plants and other animals to survive, as do we.
How can I do my part in the environment? I can do my part in the environment by reducing. For example, if I was to go brush my teeth and turn the water off when I was brushing, I would be reducing the water. Now let's talk about reusing. If I had an empty butter container, you could use it for storage, such as rubber bands, paper clips, etc. And last, recycling. If I had a piece of paper that was scribbled on, I could throw it away in the recycling and not in the trash can.
We harvest and process renewable resources to meet our needs. Harvesting wood is basically cutting off large branches from trees, or even the whole tree could be cut down. Then it gets taken to a mill where it would get processed into paper, plywood, or furniture. Harvesting and processing has an impact on the environment. Although we harvest and process wood for our needs, it could also have an impact on the ecosystem and the environment. For example, in the past, companies would clear-cut trees. Clear-cutting is when you cut all the trees in the area. Forests were destroyed and animals lost their homes. Until they came up with selective logging, where some trees were cut down while others were not stayed up.
We have to keep our resources for the future. We might have enough resources, but our children's children may not have all the resources we have today. If we don't conserve these resources, how will people cook their food? And if we cut down all the trees, how will people breathe? These are just things that we really have to think about, because these can all be gone in a blink of the eye.
Most non-renewable resources take millions of years to form. Did you know coal is made out of plants that have died, then sank to the bottom of swamps? Then a bacteria called peat broke down the plants. After years and years of soil and mud covering the dead plants, it pressed down the peat into the plants, and it turned into coal.
Renewable and non-renewable resources. What's the difference? Renewable resources can be reproduced. Lots of renewable resources have a cycle, such as fish are born, they have babies, and then they die. And it goes on and on. They will always be available if we use it carefully. Non-renewable resources cannot regrow like plants or animals. Once non-renewable resources are used, they are gone forever, which means if we use up all the fossil fuels and minerals, we'll have none left. If there's no fossil fuels left, we won't have pop cans, toothpaste, and even money. Imagine life then.
Are there any solutions to address the issue of natural resource management in BC? The problem is that in BC, we are running low on our natural resources because people are exploiting the natural resources. But there is always a solution. For example, instead of running the tap and waiting for the water to get cold, fill a pitcher with water and keep it in the fridge for future use. There are a lot of other solutions to stop exploiting our natural resources, but if I was to list them all, we would be here all day. Credits: narrators, Madison and Natalie. Illustrators, Natalie and Madison. Authors, Madison and Natalie. Actress, Natalie.
Camera chick, Madison.